All right, it's RBC Heritage Week, and I'm here to help you. Down below in the description section, there's a free cheat sheet. You're looking at it. DraftKings projections, FanDuel projections, SuperDraft projections, all sorts of recent form, course history, and statistics to help you with your player pool. Of course, I've also identified my favorite picks of the week, my entire MME personal player pool, cash picks, core, small field tournaments, and my confidence picks, my risers. This is free. This is for you. Down below, description section. Give it a whirl. Let me know how you do. And if you want some extra coaching and you're looking for that next level analysis, you need help building lineups, you need help putting together an MME player pool, or you want some help using your optimizer or fancy cruncher, please dive into Discord. It's patreon.com/riserfall. The Legends tier gets you access to myself and two other pro coaches, and we spend so much time in there. If you see the screenshot to my right now, you can see how many messages we've sent over the last 7 days. We are close to 12,000 total messages in just the last 7 days, and you can see the coaches' totals too. I mean, we're looking at nearly 5,000 total messages, a little over 6,000 actually between us three as coaches. It's wild. So you won't get much more attention for less than 20 bucks anywhere in the industry. This sheet you see is just one of our sports that we cover. We cover them all. Patreon.com/riserfall. All right, let's get to work. Today, we're looking at this cheat sheet. It's massive. There's 154 players this weekend at the RBC Heritage and that Bermuda Green course. So we have to narrow down the field. We can't play the entire field. We're going to get crushed, okay? And even though we're not going to have super high exposure on any one golfer this week, probably cap it at 40% or so, because until we start to get some recent form and some more statistics that are going to be aligned with how these golfers are going to be playing after this long 2.5 month layover, I want to be able to hedge my investments a little bit, and I think you guys should do the same. So we're going to learn how to make a quick player pool. This will be like in a preliminary, an initial player pool for MME, and we're going to break it down specifically how I would do it. Now, there's 5 statistics that are most important for this week. Strokes gained on approach, tee to green, driving distance and accuracy, birdie or better, and greens in regulation. Those are the 5 we're looking at. I have highlighted them with a red font, so when you are sorting through this sortable statistics here, you have an opportunity to sort, quickly see who's the best at it, and align the colors, try to quickly make a player pool. And this is how I suggest doing a prelim player pool without doing much more research than this. So the first one we're going to look at here is greens in regulation. We will sort this. We want to see who are the best golfers at this. And when you're looking at this, I'm looking for how many people also have green in the other categories where I have marked them as red. So you can see right now, one jumping off the page here is Xander here, 4th, 12th, 7th, birdie or better, 26th, driving rank, 23rd. Okay, so a guy like this, right off the bat, you can see his Vegas odds, 2,000. This for me is another one I would want to pay attention to, and I'm going to add that red font in there. That's always important for me. It's a good indicator of who the best golfers are for a course like this. So Xander automatically becomes somebody I am immensely interested in. Now, before I can decide if he's core and cash, I would dive into Discord and talk with my PGA specialist who knows way more about golf. A guy like Bennett, the guy who wrote our article, which is also in the link below, he is somebody who can mix the two together. Knowledge of sport, knowledge of DFS, and I think that's a beautiful blend when you have somebody as talented as Bennett to be able to do that for you in Discord. So I'm going to be leaning on him this week. All right, so we've got Xander. Checks off all the boxes statistically speaking. And we can see he has not done that great. Finished 32nd in 2018, 63rd 2019 course history. So, all right, he's one of them. All right, we're going to go back to greens and regulation. We're looking just for the best. Our initial player pool, we just want the best. Tyrell Hatton here looks like he checks off a ton of boxes. Oh, my goodness. So that's somebody I want. Was cut 2 years ago, 3 years ago, took 29th. All right, so he's going to end up in the confidence section for now until I break it down. And again, I'm just looking for the best of the best. The initial player pool will be extremely tight, and then we're going to expand as we go throughout the next 24 hours or so. I'll expand the MME player pool and make sure that I have a little bit bigger one for my MME itself, and I want to be able to kind of, dot my I's and cross my T's when it comes to the PGA player pool. I mean, 154 players is a lot to break down. Harris English, that's another one. Looks like he is great at almost everything except for birdie or better. Gary Woodland, bounce back spot. All right, that's somebody that's going up there for now. We will adjust the riser's confidence column later. I like his odds, 3,400 there at $8,400. That's not bad. Same with Tyrell Hatton, plus 500, plus 5,000 at $8,000. All right, so we grabbed some of the best at the greens and regulation. We'll slide over, go to our next category. And again, we are looking for anybody that checks off a lot of these boxes. Okay, so tee to green, second, 5th, birdie or better, 24th, 27th, greens and regulation. All right. Colin Morikawa, plus 2,600. Not bad. Okay, we like it, we like it, we like it. Justin Thomas, 10.9K. Always a fine cash option. Rory, plus 1,100. Oh, boy. Add him to the list. And we're just going to keep on going, man. I mean, this is pretty much it. You're just going to go up and down your player pools here. You're going to check each category. You simply add these players when they are checking off a lot of boxes. Bryson DeChambeau took 3rd and 4th and got cut the other 2 times in the last 4 years. Checks off pretty much every single box. 10.7K, 1,400, plus 1,400. What is that, 3rd this week? I think that's 2nd, right behind Rory. All right, so that's somebody who's going to make the confidence pool. Likely a solid GPP option, but as we see, he's been cut twice in the last 4 years. Mixed success, very boom or bust. So somebody like this likely not going to make that cash play. In cash games, I really want to try to get a well-rounded lineup, and you can do that in PGA this week because there's so much value. I think that it's going to be a great week for cash. I think you can really hedge your investments a bit, be a little bit safer, eat some of that chalky value, and then in GPPs, just go buck wild, leverage that ownership, fade those guys in your tournaments, maybe cap them at 10 to 15% on Fantasy Cruncher, things like that. All right, so basically, I think you understand what to do, and this is a very, very, very quick way to add a preliminary player pool. Another thing you can do also if you want to simply lean on course history because you're like, Mitch, statistics aren't going to help us right now. We don't know what kind of form these people are in. Sometimes you can find diamonds in the rough here, a guy like Scott Piercy here, where, you know, he's done well the last 2 times he's played on this course. And, well, a lot of his statistics aren't great. We understand that also in golf, there are a lot of golfers that excel for whatever reason on certain courses. They just see the green correctly, whatever it is, and this might be one of those spots. So you can add players like Scott Piercy here who really don't check off a lot of boxes, but do because they've done so well on a course. Another one of my members in the Legends tier in Discord was asking about Kevin Streelman last night, and you know, plus 10,000 odds. This is somebody I would want to target in tournaments. Absolutely, at 7K. Because of his course history. Last 2 years, he's taken 6th and 7th. I mean, yes, please. Give me that type of upside. So you can find golfers with tremendous upside, even though they might statistically not check off the boxes you're looking for. Ian Poulter was actually one of those guys that jumped off the page for me, and he was also in the write-up that Bennett put out there for our members, and I'll slide this on the screen for you real quick. All right, so Ian Poulter, and we're looking at this. This is Bennett's quick write-up, talking about Ian's finishes over the last 3 years, 4 out of the last 5, 18th or better. That is fantastic for a player that is just 7,600. And when you're looking at the Vegas odds, he's plus 6,000, which is pretty darn good. I believe that's top 20, and he's only 7,600, which is outside the top 20 prices. That is something you can look for. It's a differential when you're looking at Vegas odds aligning with player prices. That's one thing I always like to do for all sports whenever there's individual things like that, especially something like MMA. So pay attention to these things, okay? This entire write-up also is free this week down below in the description section. So give it a look. We want to help people out this week. We want to give you an opportunity to win some money, hopefully have an opportunity to excel, load your bankroll up a little bit. And if you feel so obliged or inclined to come back to us and throw us $10 or $20 and get yourself a month total of DFS content projections for every single sport, you can get that for less than $10. Is that not wild or what? You can literally get an entire month of every single DFS sport being covered for less than $10. And if you want to add the exclusives, which is like my personal MMA exposures, prop bets, you want ownership projections, my personal fantasy cruncher groups, extra projections for MMA, different things like that, that's the Legends tier, less than $20. And that also includes the Discord coaching, which we talked about with 12K plus messages over the last 7 days. All right, so one of them here, Sungjae Im, I hope I said that right, finished 10th last week. I love it. I love it. He's made 14 out of the last 15 cuts, and let's take a peek at what his course history is here, and we'll just sort it by... Well, let's do this. All right, so we have sorted by Sungjae, and we're looking at course history. Played here last year, was cut. When we're looking at the statistics we want for the week, looks pretty good on everything. That is awesome. One of those MME picks. If Bennett thinks he has a potential to win this thing for me, I am investing in him. Absolutely. I like his DK projection. It looks like that aligns with what Bennett is saying. So he's absolutely going to end up in my player pool. And when you're done making a little player pool like we have today, this is not the final. This is not how you want to do it. You can add a few extra by looking at just like the DK value, which would pretty much just identify who some of our projected value picks are based on our current projections. You can do stuff like that. You can look at the Vegas odds, look for those discrepancies that I had alluded to where you're looking for somebody with strong odds but a mispriced player. Another one here, Brandon Grace, plus 4,500, all the way down here at 7,800 with other people below him are 8K. So that's another one there where the price point does not match the Vegas odds, all right? I hope this helped out. Just trying to give you guys an opportunity to find a way to shrink this massive 154-person player pool. Again, the extensive stuff, all the next level strategies, the creation of lineups, things like that, you're going to lean on Bennett this week, the PGA specialist himself. Very similar right now to KBO and even to some extent MMA, where we have Coach Porter, who's taken down 5 tournaments in the last 14 days. This guy is very tuned into MMA, used to be a pro fighter, so I lean on him for the knowledge of the actual sport, to gain that extra insight on people who understand the sports and have the knowledge on how to play. Why would I pretend I'm the best in the world at every single thing when there's very, very intelligent people out there that I can lean on? And I hope you guys are able to do the same thing. I hope it's us. We'll give away some free stuff. We'll try to help you out. Of course, you'll get a ton of coaching. Patreon.com/riseorfall. And I hope to see you on the inside this week. Together, we rise or fall.